Welcome, it's Denome. So the market has done pretty much exactly what I was expecting it to from my last update video. So in this video, we're gonna take a look into the data. Who is actually winning right now? Is it the ETF buying winning, or is it the fund selling winning? So we're gonna look into the data later, but right now, just looking at the price, you can see we had a small bounce from $38,400. And like I said, the bottom here, or the local bottom, is going to be about 38,000, and the next level, which would be my ultimate buying level here, is about $33,000. That's in still play, but I think this is already a very, very good time to actually accumulate Bitcoin and altcoins, because maybe we get lower prices, but maybe no. So it's a good time to actually accumulate and still have dry powder left in case we go lower, that you can actually utilize those discounts if they come. But now let's actually go into the data and look how much of Bitcoin has actually been exited the funds. So this is the chart here. You can see at the peak on January 7th, the funds were holding about 700 and 300,000 Bitcoin. And right now, the latest number is from January 24th. And the number on that date was 600 and 100,000 Bitcoin. So if you just do a small calculation, 703 minus 601, you're left with about 100 and 200,000 Bitcoin that has actually exited the funds. So keep that in mind, about 100,000 Bitcoin has left. And now let's take a look at ETF side. And we're here on cryptoquant.com where we can see these numbers. And you can see that the fund holdings, BlackRock has 45,000 Bitcoin and some extra, Fidelity 41,000, ARK 12,880, Bitwise 12,000, and so on and so forth. So if you actually calculate all of these things together, all of these funds together, these are the numbers. So 100,000 Bitcoin has gone, but look at this, 125,000 Bitcoin has gone inside the ETFs. So this is very, very good news, because this means that about 25% more money is going into the ETFs that is exiting the funds. So this is very bullish for the long term, because this means that the institutional investors are buying, and they are probably not looking for just a small short 10% pump. They are probably most likely in it for the long haul. So this is very good for the fundamentals of Bitcoin, that the institutional players are here for the long haul. But that doesn't, of course, mean that the short-term price movements are gonna be bullish. Because in my previous video, I got some comments like, yeah, the ETFs are buying, but why is the price going down? The reason for that is there are other market participants in the market, not just the funds. So you have the miners, you have traders, you have retail investors like you and me, and of course you have different companies like MicroStrategy, and then you even have governments like El Salvador who are also participating in this market. So funds are just a player in this market, and right now this is not even a big player. They only have 100,000 Bitcoin, right? Or the 700,000 Bitcoin in total. But for the short-term price movement here, where does it actually come from? So if we actually go back into the data here, one of the key numbers always to look at is the funding rates of exchanges. So funding rates, what they basically just mean is if you are leverage trading Bitcoin, so if you are using like a 3x or 10x leverage on your capital, you are trading on a leverage exchange. So whenever the funding rate is positive, it means that it costs money for you to upkeep a long position on the exchange. I'm not going to go into the full explanation how it works, but basically whenever this is green, it means that if you are holding a long, you lose money. But on the opposite side is if you are holding a short position on Bitcoin, so you're betting for the price to go down, you are actually gaining passive income just by holding a short position on Bitcoin. So there's a huge incentive to actually close the longs and open shorts. And when the price started to go down, that also mentally makes the long position want to close down their position, because they are also losing money on the price going down, but they're also losing money on the funding. So for these two reasons, a lot of long positions just have to temporarily close their positions and wait for a better opportunity. And the short positions have a even more reason to actually buy into short positions to use this momentum shift here. So this is just typical market movements, but whenever you see an extended positive funding rate, that's usually bad for the price in the short term. So that's basically what happened here. And this could also just continue. So like I said, we could go all the way down to 33,000 Bitcoin. But that doesn't mean the fundamentals are bad. That simply means there's a great opportunity for us to get in at cheaper prices. So this is basically the short-term update, basically what's going on with Bitcoin. So the fundamentals are very, very strong, looking into the Bitcoin halving, which is set to be about April 18th right now, so just a couple months more. And I got a tip from my last video, which is to take a look into the yield curve, because Bitcoin is supposedly trading like a tech stock right now. So yield curve is something I'm gonna cover in an upcoming video. So if you want to learn a little bit what is the yield curve, how does it work, and how does it apply to Bitcoin, subscribe to this channel, because I'm gonna cover that later. Also, I'm gonna make a separate video about some altcoins that I've been looking at, so look forward for that video as well. And if you want to stay up to date on the fundamentals of Bitcoin and also the technical analysis, make sure to subscribe to the channel and consider joining the free chat over at Discord. The link is in the description. You can join for free. So that's it for this update video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.